Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, I am an intuitive tarot card reader. I interpret the signs, symbols and meanings of tarot cards. If you're familiar with my channel, welcome back. This will be a general 3-card spread, having a look to see if your special person, your ex-lover, ex-partner, someone who you were previously connected to, if this person is in fact returning to you, any sort of messages or feelings we can gauge about this person. Now, you might have been married to them, you might have dated, you might have been in a short-term or long-term commitment with them. Regardless, I want you to visualize this person. I want you to hold their image in your mind. I want you to meditate on them, and hopefully we can see if they will return to you. This is a general reading. For private readings, all the information that you require is listed below in the Show More section. List of my email, prices, services, all of that is provided below. Otherwise, this reading can be applicable for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? Let's have a look and see, will they return to you? Will they come back? What are the messages for Capricorn about this person? Okay, the Moon card. Now, the Moon card can symbolize a sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. There is still emotional attachment here to you, whether you're aware of it or not. So the symbolism here behind the card here is that there is still an emotional attachment and or bond that exists from this person to you. But let's look at the images here. She holds a mask, okay? She holds a mask to her face. She looks at the masks. So there is someone who is pretending to feel a different way or coming across a different way than they actually feel. The mask shows a facade, okay? It can show pretense. It can show someone who's not revealing their true emotions or wants to maintain a certain persona around you, okay? So because of this, I see the 8 of Cups here as well. This person is still finding themselves. I feel like they're still on a path of reconciling with their emotions. Now, when I look at the Moon card, this card can induce anxiety, a magnetic pull, things that are confusing or not well understood. It's puzzling or enigmatic. She stands in the woodlands, you know, where it's enchanted and it's magical, yet it's dark, and only the moon illuminates the card. So the light that's being shined on them is anxiety. It is confusion, emotional disorientation. So they're going through a lot. They're searching for themselves. I think they're very lost, okay, about what happened. I don't know if there was much closure or not. I don't know if this came out of the blue, either for you or for them, but something is very disorientating for them, and they're still dealing with that disorientation. The 8 of Cups in the middle, the mermaid's seeking depth, understanding, and seeking her path. This is someone who's still searching for depth or searching for themselves. I don't think there's a thought of them coming back to you now, because I feel like they're so encapsulated by what happened, they're not even thinking about returning. They're too caught up in the present. They're too caught up in the now. But I want to say to you, the 8 of Cups is moving away from a situation. So right now, I feel like they want to create distance. I think they need to create distance to search for themselves, to search for meaning, to search for where they went wrong, to search for areas in their life where they can improve on. And we do a bit of, rebuilding and repair when we disconnect with a person. But the 8 of Cups swims away, just as the 8 of Cups in the Arthur Waite deck walks away, goes on a quest, goes on a journey, turns his back. She goes deeper. She swims away. Now, it's not to say that this person can't return, but emotionally, they're going to distance themselves from you. They can return, but there'll be a coldness, or there'll be a facade they're going to put on because they don't want to reveal to you how they're really feeling. Now, of course, this is going to vary. Every situation is different. Every breakup is different. So this is going to vary. It depends how this person is. There's other psychological factors that come into play, the way this person carries themselves. how anxious they are, their need for closure, feedback mechanisms. These factors come into play here, Capricorn, and I know you're well aware of that because you're very practical. You think of things on a very logical standpoint. So I don't feel like I need to explain that to you. But the emotional whirlwind that's happening to this person, they're going on some sort of emotional quest. They are. And they're not going to tell anyone about it. They're not going to present themselves this way because it's all hidden behind the mask. But the Eight of Cups is emotional distance. They're pulling away. They're going to pull away. If they do return, it's going to be upon a bit of shaky ground, because the Seven of Cups is here. Now in this deck, the Seven of Cups is, I wouldn't say it's unrealistic fantasy. It's planning for something that's much higher. So this person might have unrealistic goals about you or unrealistic expectations about you or your connection. And I say that because, I mean, they've come far together, and here you are standing as a couple together, but you're standing on this lone island here. And the next phase that you want to get to, or the next phase this person wants to get to, is to jump from here, from where you are to there. And in theory, it might, it might look enticing and it might look doable, but in another way, when you look at it practically, it's not. They can't make that quantum leap. She points, she visualizes, she's eager, she sees it, she wants it, but his planning is different. He looks at the map. He needs to be the logical one. He needs to plan everything out. There's two very different approaches happening between the two of you right now. If you're wanting this person to return and you have unrealistic fantasies or goals about this relationship or about this connection, or, if you feel like you want a miracle here, Sag, or this person wants a miracle and they want you to do something that's so not like you, or you're expecting this person to pull a rabbit out of a hat and do something they've never done before, or they'd never be open to, or they've never experienced before, maybe this is that unrealistic fantasy that's coming in. Maybe this is the, for the most part, the Seven of Cups is planning a goal. It is seeing a vision. At least it's seeing something. And visualization is absolutely an integral part of creation, of manifesting into our experience. So I'm delighted to see that in a way, because I still feel like someone is that they're still fantasizing about you. But the fantasy that's connected to this could be unrealistic. It could be something that's not doable. At least not right now, at least not at this point in time. Things have to change. Things have to be, there needs to be proper planning and sitting down and going through things. If there is someone that's coming back, they're bringing unrealistic fantasies with them. And this creates turbulence, at least in an emotional aspect. They're still attached. I do not doubt this, okay? It doesn't matter even if you dated for a bit. You've appealed to them emotionally speaking, because for once there was once upon a time, whilst you were connecting, there was a part of them that was interested, or that showed love or compassion or connection, intimacy. So you mustn't ignore that. You must remember that at one point in time, they were very interested, they were very attached, regardless of how they display their behaviors now, regardless of whether these behaviors contradict those of which existed when you first connected. So there is a reconciliation, because you are standing here face to face. So you're standing next to each other here. So there is a potential for them coming back, but it's in an unrealistic setting, or there's too much fantasy, or expectations are just possibly unrealistic here, and that could prevent the two of you from reconciling. But the emotion that you have towards each other could see something through, absolutely. Quite an interesting read, I suppose, Cappy. I mean, there is a lot of disorientation around them potentially, okay? And possibly around you if there's quite an emotionally charged connection. Regardless, I will leave it at that. I do hope this reading has been insightful. If you've enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up or a subscribe. I really would appreciate that. Otherwise, thanks so much for tuning in.